Good evening, everybody. I'm here today to present to you a topic about walking to cure depression. So how often, or have you ever, been diagnosed with depression and the medications the doctor has prescribed to you either didn't work or didn't work as well, and they only increased your depression symptoms and decreased your bank account? So I'm here today to talk to you about walking specifically to help alleviate depression symptoms versus the antidepressant medications a doctor would prescribe to you. Which would be better? Walking would be better. So I was on depression medications for about 15 years after my parents died and I had a boyfriend who passed away. Obviously, we all have things in our life that can contribute to depression, all things in life that happen. And when I was prescribed antidepressant medications, I had a number of things happen to me. I became actually more depressed. I had insomnia, I had headaches, I had nausea, vomiting. If I didn't take a medication, I would have a headache, severe headache if I skipped one. And obviously I had to put out a lot of money to get those medications that the doctor would prescribe, either from co-payments with my insurance or insurance that didn't cover what was prescribed. So the doctor would prescribe one thing and I would have to get another, either a generic or something that wouldn't work as well as the doctor, what he wanted me to have. So I'd like for you to imagine for a moment yourself walking down a wooded path. Now if you're walking down a wooded path, you're taking in nature, you're breathing fairly slow. And as your steps increase, you notice the nature around you, your breathing gets better, you start taking in what's around you versus thinking of your worries, right? Your lungs fill with air, you exercise, that exercise makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. Why is walking better than medication? Studies show from the National Academy of Science that just walking 90 minutes a week in nature can boost serotonin levels and help improve your sleep. So walking down that path of nature can help improve your sleep and boost those serotonin levels.
This time would sound like Robert Frost.
Researchers at Stanford found a new prescription for depression, and it's nature. What are the side effects of prescription depression medication? Well, there's a lot of side effects. But first, I'm going to tell you about the benefits of taking those walks in nature. So as you're walking, those endorphins are released. They make you feel better. Some people notice them, or you may have heard them called the runner's high. When athletes when they start running, those endorphins kick in. When you walk or exercise, it releases feel-good endorphins. It's similar to cannabis-like brain chemicals. It takes your mind off your worries. It breaks the cycle of negative thoughts and gain confidence. So as you're walking in nature, why would you be worrying about what bills you have to pay? You're looking at what's around you, right? Your surroundings. You're starting to relax. And as you're starting to relax, your blood pressure begins to lower. 30 minutes of walking a day, 3 to 5 times a week, significantly lowers your blood pressure. Walking also improves your sleep. How many of us have had a bad night's sleep or have had less sleep than we'd like to get before we go to work or before we have a big event or a family gathering? We all need adequate sleep. Walking would improve that sleep. So the side effects I talked about for antidepressant medications, what are some of the side effects? You go in to see your doctor, you say, I've been feeling a little down. He's going to say, oh, I've got a great medication for you. I'm going to prescribe XYZ. A lot of pharmaceutical companies sell to these physicians and tell them, give your patients these samples. We're trying to push these drugs. Yes, they all have side effects, but side effects from antidepressant medications are the #1 leading cause to suicide rates increasing. So you go to your doctor for a prescription to feel better. He prescribes you an antidepressant, and you're going to have a lot of symptoms which could lead up to suicidal thoughts. And they say this if you ever see the side effects from medication on advertisements on TV, but it's also in very small fine print. Okay, they want to advertise the positive effects of it versus the negative. When you're making weight loss, when I talked about I was on medications for depression for 15 years, I did gain a lot of weight. I had, like I said, the headaches, nausea, diarrhea, cramping, just didn't feel myself. And another one symptom of antidepressant medications is that you don't really have any emotions. You may not be depressed anymore, but you kind of have that flat affect where you're emotionless. And a lot of my friends and family recognize that I really didn't have any emotions. I didn't get upset, I didn't cry, but I also wasn't laughing or happy either. So too many side effects. They're expensive, which I talked about, a lot of co-payments, a lot of insurance don't cover a lot of antidepressants, or the co-payments are extremely high. They're addictive, and the risk of suicide rate increases. As a matter of fact, a study by the Mayo Clinic in 2000 showed the rate of suicide among patients with depression was close to 15%. Couple that with rising drug prices, you're left with a lot to pay for and not too much benefits. Diagnosed with depression, so what do you do? Obviously, you do want to talk to your doctor. This is not to discourage you from not going to the doctor. Talk to your doctor, but ask for natural alternatives. Ask for things that you can do. People have said that vitamin D helps them, especially in the winter months, feel better, and that helps alleviate their depression. Stay informed and know your family history. Specifically, if you do have a family history of suicide, if someone in your family has committed suicide, antidepressant medications may not be right for you either. So in conclusion, I'd like to say the alternatives of antidepressant drugs, walking can provide better benefits than the side effects provided by man-made drugs. Take a step ahead and gain more confidence without taking 2 steps back. Thank you.